On this video, I'm making a low-fat, keto-friendly African chicken stew. For that, in a pan, I have just added a touch of olive oil. To that, I'm going to add my marinated meat. I'm adding chicken thighs, boneless, skinless. I've marinated it with a little bit of garlic and a touch of turmeric. So I'm going to let the meal seal well, and it turns like slightly brown in color. And I'm going to transfer this to a baking tray, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 180 degree centigrade for about 20 minutes or so. So this is the color it should be when you're transferring it to the oven. In the same pan, I've added another teaspoon of olive oil, and to that I'm adding about a large finely chopped onions. I'm going to mix the onions well, and I'm making sure that any remnant pieces of chicken or the marinade in the pan doesn't catch, and it's all incorporated with the onions. And to the mix, I'm going to add about 6 cloves finely chopped. That's what I'm adding right now. If you were to wash the pan in between, or sealing the chicken and sauteing the onions, or using a different pan, you can add the the garlic prior to the onions. But I'm doing this way so that it doesn't catch to the pan. To the same mix, I'm adding about half chopped leeks. This is optional. If you didn't fancy it, you can just skip this. I'm going to let it saute for a bit, and once they are very softened, like so, I'm adding 2 finely diced carrots, plus 1 medium finely diced bell peppers. And I'm going to mix it well again, and I'm going to let it saute for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the amount of oil that you put. And I'm also adding a bit of salt to help with the sauteing process. If you're on a keto-friendly diet, you can add a bit more olive oil, and that will help with the sauteing process faster. So I'm going to let it saute for another 5 to 7 minutes, and once they're reduced in size and caramelized a little bit, and they're like so, of this consistency, I'm going to add tomato puree, which I've taken a can of plum tomatoes. I've blitzed it in the blender with 3/4 of scotch bonnet chili. It's a very spicy chili, so if you're not very sure about it, it's best to go with half and then incorporating it more. I used about 3/4, and you can, if it's too spicy, then you can add a little bit of sugar to ease the taste. So that to the same mix, I'm going to add about 2 cups of water. You can also add chicken stock, which I didn't fancy doing it today, so I'm using just water. But if you were to add chicken stock, that will add more flavor to the stew. But nevertheless, it's going to be very tasty today as well. So to the same mix, I'm adding about a tablespoon of tomato puree, which I'm going to mix it well so that it's all incorporated evenly, like so. And I'm going to let it simmer, cover it with a lid, and let it simmer for about 15 minutes or so that the raw flavor or the raw taste from the tomatoes goes away. Once one has been simmering for 15 minutes or so, it'll be of this consistency. And to this, now my chicken from the oven is ready. So I'm going to transfer my chicken pieces to my stew. The original African stew, I think they use the chicken with the bone. I prefer it without it, so if you were to use it with the bone as well, that'd be good as well. So this again, I'm going to let it simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes in low heat so that all the flavors get into the chicken well. And it also softens the chicken, so when you're eating it, this chicken becomes soft, but it still holds its the size. And this is it. My chicken stew is ready. I'm having it with white rice. Enjoy. If you're watching your weight, please have so with brown rice. Thank you very much. Bye bye.